welcome to Mornings on Main Street. I'm your host, Stephanie Miller. Today's show takes us to the music venue, Troubadour Nashville Theater. Season 11 of Jimmy Bowen's and Friends recently wrapped up production here at Troubadour Nashville Theater. And today I get to share my sit down with the highly acclaimed musician, singer, songwriter, and country music show host, Jimmy Bowen. He has a lot to share with us today, including some great advice for younger artists out there and how he would like to be remembered. We also talk with the group Rockland Road. This family group, they're spectacular. They talk to us about working and singing together and a little bit of their history.
Today in Nashville, sunny with a high near 96. Heat index values as high as 105. Southeast wind around 0 miles per hour. View rainfall amounts less than 1/10 of an inch possible.
If you want the latest in weather conditions, be sure to tune in to our Busy Bee Plumbing weather report each weekday on Mornings on Main Street. Brought to you, of course, by Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning. We will keep you updated on the latest conditions outside, like severe weather, heat, snow, rain, and even hail.
Deep in a forest at Nashville Zoo, new creatures here for you to view. Phantoms graced in black and white swing high in trees of dappled light. In rocky crags, tall and steep, small antelopes with nimble feet. A wise old man with beard of white, a sentry perched on stony height. Amidst it all, a hunter lies, with coat of gold and steely eyes. A new adventure just for you. Leopard Forest at Nashville Zoo. Open now.
He shoots, and he scores!
We are thrilled to be at the Nashville Troubadour Theater for the 11th season taping of Jimmy Bowen and Friends. And look who I get to sit down with, Jimmy Bowen himself, giving me his time. Thank you, sir.
Hey, it's a pleasure. This is going to be a lot of fun.
It is going to be a blast. 11 seasons.
Yes.
What is that excitement like for you right now?
Well, you know, it's funny how we started all this during the, I always hate to say this word, the COVID days. And we did it just to give us something to do because everybody was supposed to be quarantined, stay home and all this kind of stuff. And so my production manager, Tony Cottrell, we were like, well, let's just see what happens. And so we threw out a bunch of emails to musicians, said, hey, we're going to do this thing. You guys want to do it? And everyone was like, yeah, man, we need to get out of the house. And so it just kind of evolved. Then we did it 20 and 21 to get out of COVID, and then it just kind of kept on and kept on. Now we're in the 11th season.
So do you reach out to them, or are they reaching out to you?
Well,
like,
it's kind of both now.
Okay.
The show has grown to where we're getting the recognition where people call us. Of course, we have to call them because of the scheduling and this, that, and the other. But it's kind of starting to work both ways, which is really, really nice. It helps Sherry, my publicist. It helps her out a lot, you know, when her phone's ringing, you know. So
this show's on a number of channels. Why?
It's on it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was about to say, why do you want people to tune in? What would they're going to miss something if they don't watch.
In my show, I'm not creating the wheel. It's recreating the wheel. I grew up watching shows like Porter Wagner, Nashville on the Road, shows like that, Pop Goes Country, and you don't see music variety shows anymore. So the whole goal of my show was to have artists, but from different genres, from gospel to reggae to rock, blues, country, new country, old country, opera acts, bluegrass, Irish. I've had a ventriloquist that did a Tammy Wynette and a Willie Nelson thing, and it was wonderful. David Turner, he was wonderful. And so it's a music variety show that people can see. They can see what I do, but they can also see what my guest does. And that's kind of what we wanted it to be. And so it's on numerous stations out there in the cable world, like Heartland TV, Family Channel, Country Road TV, Strike TV, numerous ones. It's on the website at jimmybowen.com. But then now we've done some stuff. This Saturday will be the 6th week we've done with Fox. So I did a deal with Fox 17. So it's on Fox 17 and My 30 Nashville and CW 58 on all 3 stations. And we're on Saturday night, same time, So we did a roadblock. So if you get bored with me on My 30 at 12 o'clock on Saturday night, then you go to Fox 17, I'm there again. So and if you don't like me there, go to CW58, I'm on CW58. So, you know, I've kind of built this little roadblock. But it's got the local, but it's also got international. So it's really cool.
You've been in this for a long time. What was your influence? Who was that first influence for you when you were younger?
You know, it's going to be a funny story because there really wasn't a person involved. I started playing. My father bought me a guitar when I was 5 years old from a flea market. And I started playing, and I got my first job with a band. It was a bluegrass band in North Carolina. And we played every Tuesdays and Thursdays in this bar in North Carolina. And what really inspired everything wasn't really a person. It was, I was kind of the richest fourth grader. The guy paid me $10 every Tuesday and every Thursday to play in this bar, and I'd play from 9 to 2 with this bluegrass band, and I'd get $20 a week, and I thought, I can make a living at this. This is cool. And that's kind of just let it. It really wasn't anybody. Everybody's an influence to me. I appreciate everybody's forms of music, but it was that kind of experience that really just did it. I was in the fourth grade, and I made $20 a week playing at a bar, and I thought, hey, I can make a living doing this. Cool.
How times have changed. I don't think we would see a little one.
Yeah, we're not going to make. Yeah, it's kind of difficult now, but.
Last question for you. You know, as we move on through the years, music has changed a little bit. Do you think it is as rich now as it used to be?
You know, the music side of it, I think has changed a little bit. I think there's a lot of, you know, I grew up with a lot of the old guys. You know, these guys that are with me now. We all traveled. Earl Thomas Conley. And Earl was such a great guy. He would tell you that, you know, the music business was, as it is, as always is, you know, but everybody sounded different. And now I don't think you have that. I think everybody's they're too busy trying to copy somebody else. They're not trying to be themselves. What are they, people like it or want? I do what I do. And you know, you're not trying to have really, so to speak, a bad attitude about it, but it's like, I do what I do, and I hope you like it. If you don't, I'm sorry. But I'm not gonna be like a dog chasing its tail, trying to be an outlaw today and then be a hat act tomorrow and then be an outlaw the next day. I think people do that now. I mean, I listen to the radio, and it's kind of disappointing because when I was growing up, I could tell the Earl Thomas Conleys from the Conway Twitties, and really you can't do that anymore.
They were all very distinct.
Very distinct, had different vocals, different styles, different pronunciations of the words, and it was great music. And it still is, but it kind of all sounds the same. And I don't mean to sound like an old man here, but
I get it.
It just kind of sounds the same.
Final two questions for you, Ben, and that takes me to my next one. If you have any advice or any tips for someone that's young and they want to come up and they want to have the bright lights in the stage, what tips or advice do you have for them?
You really want my honest answer?
I want your honest answer.
My honest answer is get an education. I have an accounting degree and I'm minored in law. And I did it because if something was to happen that I couldn't be around, perform, then at least I could be Alabama's accountant or something. I could be around it. And so I advise everybody, because to me, you don't need a degree on the wall saying you can play a musical instrument. It's a business. I've always believed that. It's a business. And I always tell people all the time, hey, you got time to play. Get your education, get a degree in something that you can do. And if it's also, I always tell young people too, get a degree in something you could do that you would enjoy doing if you could not play. Whether it be a fireman or a police officer or a lawyer or whatever, do something. That way you kind of cover yourself. That's just the way I feel and the way I believe. And that's what I did. So
that's a great piece of advice. Last question for you, Jimmy Bowen's legacy.
You know, we work hard on this show. We do a lot with the show. And I tell you what, I would like for people, when I'm called from this world, that people saw me as a artist and as a TV host, not as a host that was an artist. So that's kind of what I like to have.
I believe you'll get your wish. Jimmy Bowen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So
I appreciate you.
So nice meeting you, sir.
It was a blessing. Thank you.
Thank you. Jimmy Bowen and Friends, 11th season. Be on the lookout for that. Stick with us. We'll be right back. Hi, I'm Stephanie Miller. Main Street Media is partnering with Borchetta Bourbon Music City Grand Prix at the Nashville Superspeedway to send a family of 4 to the race August 31st. To register, please visit any Main Street Media website and look for the Register Here banner. You'll also receive some fantastic Borchetta Bourbon Music City merchandise. We look forward to seeing you at the race.
They walk among us, but at 240 miles per hour, they become something more. They're thrill seekers, risk takers, and maybe just a little bit unhinged. Buckle up. This new era of speed, this racing revolution, it's just getting started.
Busy bee, yeah, busy bee. If you need
Hold on, y'all, hold on. I need to make a call. Hey, this is Brianna with Busy Bee. I'm giving you a call to let you know your technician is on his way.
333.
Busy bee.
Guys, not yet. Not yet.
Busy bee, oh,
Now
busy
ready,
bee.
guys.
Call 775-7833.
We're at the Troubadour Nashville Theater, and I am lucky to be standing with Rockland Road. First off, thank you so very much for your time. Thank you. We have so many questions in just a little bit of time, so we're going to rock and roll with this. We have Paul and Jamie Martin, their kids March, Kel, Texas, and Talent. First question, as a family, what is it like to create music and to put some of your story for other people to hear?
Yeah, well, we have been, especially recently, been writing. A lot of, us siblings have been going to the studio, writing music together for the first time. Like, we've grown up together and we have not thought, hey, let's write some music together. And so a couple of years ago, we sat down for the first time and did that. And it was so much fun. We really were able to kind of jump, off of each other's ideas and we think very similarly. So it's really, really cool to kind of see how that works.
I see a cool thing about it too is having the studios and everybody plays instruments and sings all the harmonies. So you've got sort of like a built-in studio band. So when you get done writing it, you can go right in and record it. So that's been cool.
That is great. One thing I failed to mention is they are part of Jimmy Bowen and Friends for the 11th season. Your musical history goes back so far in the family, and you're carrying this on. Rockland Road, where did that name for the group come from?
Well, my dad is the lead singer of the Oak Ridge Boys. His name is Dwayne Allen. Cool. My mom, Nora Lee Allen, sang at the Grand Ole Opry for 40 years, background vocalist. And they had a recording studio in the basement of their home when I was a baby. Then it got to be too much, so they bought a property on Rockland Road and turned it into a recording studio. Later became the Oak Ridge Boys headquarters, and now Ricky Skaggs and Skaggs Family Records is there. So it's still going strong on Rockland Road. We say that's kind of where the magic got started, down on Rockland Road. So that's where we got the name.
Well, then for the two of you, how did that connection come to be, and for you guys to be here?
Well,
married.
we just celebrated 30 years.
Congratulations!
Yes.
I actually met Jamie's mom and dad. I was the lead singer of a group called Exile 30-some years ago.
Okay.
And I met Dwayne and Nora Lee, in business, things like that. And somewhere in the fall year, I started writing with Jamie's brother. Mm-hmm. And we played, Exile played a show we were all living in Kentucky then, and they were going to the University of Kentucky. So Jamie and I said, guys, we're playing a show up here tonight. Come to the show. So her brother and her came to the show, and we just hit it off. And a month later, she calls me and said, hey, Dad's coming to play up here in Lexington for a Christmas show. You want to go with me? I said, sure. I said, well, wait, while I'm in town, let's go get dinner and go see a movie. So it all started really pretty innocently. That was 34 years ago.
Yeah.
And we've been married 30 years and 4 kids. I didn't see this coming. I didn't see that I'd have 4 kids, that would be so musically inclined.
Music, yeah.
That's incredible. And they say the rest is history, and here it is. To be a part of this, what does that mean? Why did you want to be a part of Jimmy Bowen and Friends? Or what was that call like?
You know what? Yeah. He's a great man, and this show is really fun. And we actually have done it before a few years ago.
Okay, I missed that.
Maybe season. You remember?
It was like season 2.
Yeah, maybe season 2 or 3.
Yeah, it was a very early.
It was a while
one.
back. And so this season, Texas and Kel are part of the staff.
The BGVs,
They're doing all the background vocals for the whole season.
It's been so much fun.
Oh,
it's so awesome. Yeah.
So we just they said, y'all come on and perform for us again. So here we are.
Yeah.
The song for you guys that really hits close to home that you hope people check out. What would that be?
Ooh.
Well, the one we're doing tonight, it's not released at the time, but it's one that the three of us wrote together called "Get on That Train," and it's very story driven. It's kind of what would you say it's about?
We took a lot of inspiration from a lot of that 70s, I guess, kind of almost folky type music, and rock. Fleetwood Mac or the Doobie Brothers. They're not folk, but just that sound of 70s music, Eagles. And the song is kind of basically, to sum it up, a song about getting cold feet, I guess is how you could say it. Just kind of being in a relationship and having fun, and then realizing, oh wait, this is actually serious. I'm actually kind of scared. I might want to.
At the moment the proposal situation happens, you're like,
oh, that's kind of scary.
I don't want to be in this anymore.
I'm excited for that one to come out, but we actually have a second one that's gonna come out even sooner, and I feel like that one's even greater for like teenage girls to relate to. And so we played it for like a lot of our friends, and they're like, I need this song out right now. Like, I need this on Spotify. So I'm excited for that one.
What's that song?
It's called Cowboys Always Run.
Yes, and that one is kind of the opposite of
it's about the other person
train.
Running, so
it's about feeling
duality,
boys
not making good firm commitments, right?
Right. It's basically Cowboys Always Run is more about wanting a serious relationship, which is so fun. Yeah, the duality.
It's totally the opposite.
So we're so persistent with that, or consistent. But no, it's basically about wanting a serious relationship, and especially at like my age, like growing up, being a teenager, like I really wanted a serious relationship, but a lot of, no shade, but some teenage boys, they don't want no serious relationship. Not all of them, but. And so a lot of our, girl friends, they found it very relatable and they liked it. So
I was about to say some relatable music for sure. Where can we find your music?
Anywhere music is available for streaming.
Yeah,
anywhere. Be it Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Deezer for whoever uses that. It's there.
Or come see us live.
That's right.
And it's at Rockland Road, ROCKLAND, at Rockland Road.
At Rockland Road. Be sure to check them out. What's in the future for Rockland Road?
Ooh, well, new music for one, coming soon.
We're playing all over the country, out there, just live shows. Look, check our website, check Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. We're always putting out fresh videos, bands in town. Coming to a city near you, and love to see you. So
I hope we have another time in the future to sit down and talk a little bit longer. Rockland Road, a part of Jimmy Bowen's and Friends for the 11th season. Be on the lookout. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
At Delta Dental of Tennessee, we know our success begins and ends with providing superior quality service, and that includes serving those who need it most. This year, we're celebrating 25 years of giving back to the community we call home. Delta Dental, along with our Smile 180 Foundation, supports Tennessee's dental colleges and oral health education, children's hospitals, free and reduced cost dental clinics, and other like-minded charities. Here's to the next 25 plus years of ensuring healthy smiles.
Being in Tennessee, we wanted to try to keep it as local as possible, so we have an entire section of our menu that is just dedicated to local whiskeys like Uncle Nearest, Jack Daniels, of course, George Dickel, Nelson Brothers, Greenbrier Whiskey, and all of our taps are all local. From 2 o'clock until midnight, we've got food every day for you guys. A good handful of appetizers, some entrees, and a couple salads and things like that. My name is Ethan Kanata. Please come down and see us at the Pick Lobby Bar here at the Omni in Nashville.
There's a line that links us all. Most of the time, we don't even think about it. But it's everywhere. Illuminating our neighborhoods, empowering our businesses, and helping us to recharge. Whether it comes from our grids, the sun, or a kind heart, we believe in the power of good energy. And as your family and region continue to grow, you can trust that we'll always be there for you. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.